On Disney and other things, Erik Davis, managing editor of Fandango, which is owned by CNBC parent company Comcast, and Imran Khan continues with us, CEO and co-founder at Verishop and the former chief strategy officer at Snap. We should probably get into the business side of things, but I always feel like, you know, doing the Siskel and Ebert type thing when you get in here. So I saw Irishman. I think we're going on, what is New Year's Eve when 1917 comes out or something? I think I have a date to see with my son.
Yeah, 1917, which I just
comes out New Year's Eve?
Comes out Christmas Day, around that, and like limited.
You say that blew you away more than The Irishman?
It did. You know, it's all one shot. It's a fantastic film. It's directed by Sam Mendes. The cinematographer on it is Roger Deakins. That's a little nerdy for people, but he won an Oscar last year for Blade Runner. But it's just a fantastic film that is the kind of film that you want to see on the big screen because it's all one shot, and you're literally in it from the moment it starts to the moment it ends. What do you mean one shot? Well, the way they conceive of it is that it looks like it's all done in one shot. So technically, there are cuts that are hidden in there, but when you're watching it, it's almost like you're just following. You're living in it.
It's like and that the beginning of what was the movie that's like that goes on for a minute but really is one shot.
Well, yeah.
The first 10 minutes.
Well, they did it with Birdman, which won Best Picture a couple of years ago. It's a similar concept where they hide the cuts. But yeah, I like it because it's more immersive and you feel really you're in the film. And so I think this one, not a lot of people know about it yet. It's going to sneak up on people coming to the holidays.
Interesting. You see Mr. Rogers yet?
I did. I love that one, too. Just talking outside to your security man, he's trying to figure out. He's going to go to the theater this weekend with his kids, trying to figure out what to do. Ford versus Ferrari, fantastic film.
No, really?
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, fantastic film. Knives Out, a fantastic film.
That one I want to see.
All of them this Thanksgiving. So we're talking about streaming, people not going to the movies. Everyone's going to the movies over the holidays. Everyone's getting out of the house.
But then there's certain films that are going to be, I mean, obviously The Irishman is going to be on Netflix pretty quickly. There's another film that's on Amazon that's coming out with Adam Driver.
Well, that's A Marriage Story. That's also Netflix.
Right.
Adam Driver.
That's already out. My son already saw that.
Yeah, but that's on the
film
theaters,
festival.
But it's going to be...
It'll be on Netflix in early December. But it also, they gave it about a month run in theaters.
You got to take over the Frozen interview. I haven't seen the first Frozen.
So Max Sorkin saw Frozen over the weekend.
Frozen 2.
Frozen 2.
Refrozen.
Refrozen.
Yeah.
Liked it. I don't know if he loved it. Where are you at?
I liked it a lot. You know, I have a 10-year-old daughter who wasn't looking forward to going to see this because she associates Frozen with being a little girl in an Elsa dress running around. Now she's too cool for school.
By the way, that was a little
on
bit of
TikTok.
Max's situation, too.
But she went to go see it. You know, it's a more mature story. So she saw it with me. She's like, Dad, I'm so surprised at how much I related to this story. Because
people say it's more adult.
It's more coming of age. It's more for preteens and teenagers.
Really?
Than it would be for the little ones, although they're still going to like the songs and the Olaf and all that jam. But I do think it's more for preteens.
Did you think that was the idea of trying to take the generation that liked it the first time to actually just...
It was very smart. It was very smart of Disney to say, no, we're just going to write a story for the audience, the original audience that saw Frozen, versus little kids this time around. And so it's a more mature
So how's
story.
the industry viewing like The Irishman? Could it win Best Picture, or are they still going to be frozen out?
You know, it's hard. It's hard when you look at the Oscars. I think Hollywood...
they don't like Netflix
They're
films.
hesitant to give Best Picture to a streamer. And so I think that's why you may see films like Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That was my favorite.
Which is fantastic, 1917.
Yeah.
You may see those films sort of emerge as the frontrunners for that top Oscar. That being said, the Scorsese film is fantastic. I would recommend definitely.
What's cool about it is you have plenty of time. Plenty of time for all the little nuances. Like, what was the fish? Who cared about the fish? Why was the fish important? But it was like the funniest part of but it meant nothing to anything else, did it?
Yes.
Huh?
It's also interesting, too, because he uses the de-aging technology, which I think is going to become a big
that's why it cost $160 million.
Yeah, and it took like 9-10 months in post-production because of that. But I think that technology we're going to see a lot more of in the future.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see how...
Erik, you know to never sit in the shotgun seat. I mean, literally the shotgun seat. Never, ever sit there. If they tell you to sit in the shotgun, say, no, I'm sitting in the back. You know that, right?
Honestly, why it's called when you ride shotgun.
No, that's not why it's called that. But you saw, who was that? That was one of the...
Don't give it away.
Not in that one, in The Godfather, where he kicks out
I was referring to as The Player.
Yes.
The Player opens with that one
shot.
And it's one camera.
That was cameo heaven, wasn't it?
So long.
Yeah. Was that Robert Evans? That was Robert.
Just died. An email to alert me.
That was Robert Evans.
That was Robert Altman.
Yeah.
Robert Altman.
Right, Robert Altman.
Yeah, I think the longest single take in 1917, somewhere like 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. So I got to see that, huh?
See it.
Do I need it with the fake butter on the popcorn or at home with the Orville Redenbacher?
Well, first of all, 1917 you see in a theater.
You got to see it there.
What you eat is up to you, but I think you have to see it.
I like the
you know,
stuff
I'll go all in on a specific amount of films that you have to see on the big screen each year. 1917 is something you have to see.
Imran, what have you seen? You're here
I have not seen it.
You're taking it all in.
But my daughter, who's 6 years old, went to see Frozen yesterday with my wife. But my son didn't want to go, so I stayed home.